Welcome back to the Robinson Replay. We have a very special guest this week, Sam Mill. What's up, Sam?
Thanks for having me, Robinsons.
Woo! Excellent.
How's it going today?
It's good, man. I'm pumped to be here. Excited to talk
Rocking the
football with you
Miles.
guys.
Miles Garrett over here.
Yeah,
Love it.
I'm a little bit excited for Miles. It gives you a little bit something to root for as a Browns fans.
Yes.
Happy to be sporting him.
Any of you two planning on going up to Cincinnati this weekend?
Any what?
We're not going.
planning on
I'm
going
not
to
going to the
Cincinnati?
game. No.
No?
No.
No? Okay. I thought if you're going
Not,
to represent, you could show up.
No, that's true. That's true. It's not completely out of the question, but wait until the ticket prices go down. They're still a little bit high.
Are they? What is a ticket for there?
Last I heard, it was like still north of 100. So
Really?
yeah.
Boy,
I
for two.
think I saw
for
something
two-
around 50, 60 maybe.
Really?
I mean, yeah.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
two loser teams in the last week here that don't have any chance, and you know what, to make it.
Yeah.
But
you'd
they
think
all
it'd be
want to
more
go for the
expensive.
record. You should have seen me at
Yep.
the game last week. I was taping at the end because I thought he was going to get it on that last drive. I was taping every play, hoping that he would
He
get
almost got it too, right?
He did. I was like, God, I mean, I'm going to get this on tape. I was taping everyone I was in the suite and stuff. And I thought for sure he's going to get it. And not so fast, my friend. He didn't. So, but it was
Oh,
cool.
boy.
It was a great atmosphere. I mean, it was 50-50 Browns Steelers fans. It was great. It was fun.
Yeah. Well, let's get to some picks here.
All right.
For
Bring
some
it.
college playoffs, some real good matchups. Obviously, here we're
New
recording
Year's
this.
Eve.
We're recording this on Tuesday because of the New Year's Eve game, and then the New Year's Day games right here, so we can get this out beforehand here. And so, yeah, we're starting off with the New Year's Eve. It's a 7:30 Eastern start. We got Miami and Ohio State. Ohio State is the favorite by 9.5 points here. This is the Cotton Bowl at AT&T Stadium. There in Texas. What do you think about this game, Sam? Who do you think is going to win and why?
I got to go with OSU here, as much as it pains me to say, not being an OSU fan. Miami, it also pains me to say that Miami is a good football team, being a Notre Dame guy, but I mean, they just don't have enough weapons offensively for Ohio State's defense to just break down. And I think for that reason, I think the Buckeyes, obviously, they're going to be aggressive offensively, and I just don't think that Miami is going to be able to break down their defense enough. So give me OSU for this one.
All right. Well, I'm going to go with the OHIOs myself. I do think the 9.5 is a large spread. I don't know. I've heard both ways about it. I know one of their starting cornerbacks is out from Miami, which is a huge minus for them. The defensive line for Miami, though, is very, very strong. They got a top 5 draft pick next year, Bain, coming. They're very stout on the line. So I think the game will come down to the lines. The defensive line for Miami against the Ohio State offensive line, whether they can generate enough offense on the ground for the Buckeyes and hold them back enough so that they could get the ball to Smith and Tate. I see this less than 9.5, but I'm going Buckeyes for the dub.
Yeah, it is kind of a big spread. Obviously, the biggest spread here in the playoffs. A little bit tricky there. Could be a good spread pick for Miami potentially there. Money line, I'm definitely going the Bucks here. I'm going Ohio State. Unfortunately, just like Sam here.
I love to hear you Michigan fans say this stuff. Yeah.
yeah, it is what it is. But
I love it.
Give them IU again, though. Give them IU.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yep, see, I just
Can't
want
beat
that
you twice
matchup.
in a year now. Come on.
Yeah, we'll see there. We'll see. But reasoning, Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate there, I think the probably best receiver duo in all of college football right now. Jeremiah Smith has 80 receptions, 1,086 yards, 11 touchdowns in the year. Carnell Tate has 48 receptions, 838 yards, and 9 touchdowns. And I really hope that the Browns pick Tate in the draft at some point there. I don't know exactly where he'll be.
Yeah,
but
right now they're number 6, so we'll see.
That would be phenomenal. Give Shadur a weapon. That's my guy for the Browns to pick right there.
All right, I like to hear you picking Buckeyes. I love that.
All right. Well, next here is the New Year's Day game. This is at a noon start. It's the Orange Bowl in Miami at the Hard Rock Stadium where the Dolphins play there. We got Oregon against Texas Tech. Oregon is the slight favorite here by 2.5 points. What do you think, Sam?
I think this one could go either way. I mean, the line being at 2.5 just kind of doesn't give me enough confidence to, say which team is going to come out right with this one. So I think I got to go with the Ducks. I think the Big Ten has just been a bit more competitive this season. And yeah, I think they're going to probably take it by like a field goal.
Okay. Close one.
All right. I can see that happening. I'm also going to go Ducks. Texas Tech's defense is very stout, though. They have that great linebacker there. He was a Heisman Trophy finalist. I really like the Oregon Ducks offense, but I really like Texas Tech's defense. I think the outcome will be how well Oregon defends Texas Tech. With Oregon, they had James Madison, down right away and everything, and they sort of let off the gas. They didn't look good second half. Their defense didn't. So that sort of concerns me a little bit, but I'm going to have to go with the Duckies to win it.
Mm-hmm. Is Pat going to be there?
No,
Pat's
not going.
Dang, that's funny.
Yeah.
I thought maybe he'd go down to Miami for that one.
Nah,
I
he
saw
spent enough money, I think.
Yeah, I was just saying on ESPN that it shows you the ticket prices of these different games here, and that's the most affordable game that you could go to by far. Yeah, by far, 100%. So I guess it kind of makes sense a little bit there. I don't know, maybe not, but
it's in Miami. I mean, Oregon coming all the way to Miami, and maybe they're thinking, well, Oregon's going to win this game. We'll go to the next one. That's the thing when you have these college steps, each step. I think you're going to pick and choose what game you're going to go to. You're hoping they're going to make it farther, so you want So that's the thing with these games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I'm going to go with Dante Moore and the Ducks there with the slight edge. Dante Moore has 3,046 passing yards this season, 246 completions, and 28 touchdowns there. One of the top QBs in college football. So I'm going to go with Dante and the Ducks.
They and the Ducks. Sounds like a band. I like that. Dante and the Ducks.
We're all on the same page here.
Yeah,
keep it going.
Let's see if it changes with this game here. This is a good one potentially. Alabama and Indiana at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, California. That's a 4 p.m. Eastern start. Indiana is the favorite by 7 points in this one. What do you think, Sam? Gonna keep it rolling here?
I think give me the Hoosiers, man.
Yeah.
I think they're so well coached. I think the locker room energy has not dwindled off at all, even though they just beat the Buckeyes for the Big Ten championship. I mean, Mendoza, he has connections with everyone. They're all just a well-oiled machine when they play together and they trust each other. I mean, even his wide receiver 3, Charlie Becker, the next Alec Pierce, give him the deep ball, trust Mendoza to get it in his hands and tear apart Alabama's defense that has been inconsistent this season. Give me a high-scoring game as well, but I got to go IU by more than 7.
Okay. Well, this game, I don't know. For some reason, I think it's going to be closer than people think. I know Alabama has not played the best ball all year, but I do see a high-scoring game. I mean, these are going to be 2 probably first-round quarterbacks taken here in the draft this year. Both of them will probably go in the first round. Even though Simpson has dropped his stock a little bit, I can still see a Pittsburgh or somebody like that in the back of the round coming up and picking them. So with that said, I do think Indiana has the better offense. So I got to go Indiana over the 7.5 myself.
Yeah, I think this could be a close one. I kind of like Alabama spread in this one, potentially. I think Alabama is a really good team against the Hoosiers here, but like Sam was saying, the Hoosiers well-oiled machine, 100%. They're going on all cylinders there. Funny stat here, I saw the Indiana Hoosiers have played at the Rose Bowl in the past. One time, it was back in 1968 against USC, and the player of the game was O.J. Simpson.
O.J., yeah. Love it.
So I don't see
baby.
I don't see
68 was a great year I was born. So I can see that.
There we go.
Go OJ, go.
So I don't see a OJ Simpson on the Alabama team, and so I'm gonna pick the Hoosiers for the win money line there.
A good call.
All right, next here we have Ole Miss and Georgia. It's at the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans. This is the Sugar Bowl. It's a 8 p.m. Eastern start. Georgia is the favorite by 6.5 points there. What do you think, Sam?
Yeah, I mean, I picked all the favorites. You got to give me Ole Miss.
Okay.
All
Give me
right.
them as my underdog pick. I've heard great things about Trinidad Chambliss. He's a senior. I think for a lot of these college quarterbacks, experience pays them well in these big games, and I think they're most likely to pull off the upset and make some clutch plays when it matters. So give me Ole Miss.
All right. I'm taking the Bulldogs. I got to go with the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs beat them the first time. They were down in that game, came back. I don't know. I just think the Bulldogs are an overall better team. I just think they have more speed on defense. And I think Stockton is going to lead them to the victory over Chambliss. And I heard the old Lane Kiffin may even show up for this game in the stands. So I don't know if he's going to give him some good or bad mojo, but I got to go with the Dogs on this one.
Yeah, honestly, if there was any game that I would pick an upset here, I think it would be this one. I was very close to picking Ole Miss, but I have to go with the Dogs. Give me Georgia in this one. Both teams have played in the Sugar Bowl in the past, actually, quite a bit here. Pretty
definitely.
historic here. Georgia has played in the Sugar Bowl 12 times in the past.
Wow.
The first time they played in the Sugar Bowl was 1947, and their record at the Rose Bowl is 5 wins and 7 losses. Ole Miss has played in the Sugar Bowl 6 times. 6 times? No, 10 times. And they have a record of 6 wins and 4 losses. Their first time was in 1953, but yeah, like you said, Dad, with Georgia beating Ole Miss earlier this season, I think they have the slight edge here, but I think this could be potentially the best game out of the whole playoffs right here for this week. All right.
Sounds like we'll be tuning into that one.
Yep, we will be. Now next here is some NFL. So this was last week for the Christmas Day, Christmas weekend picks here. I was 8-8. Dad was 9-7. Not
good.
a very good week here.
What were you there, Luke? What were you there, Luke? What was your record? 8-8?
Yep, 8.
Yeah. I was 9-7.
You took the Panthers. All right. I mean, I don't hate that. They hung around for a bit.
Yeah. I didn't do well. Losing 2 out of the last 3 just killed it. And I don't know why I kept on trusting the Lions. That was stupid. Yeah, it was.
What is going on with the Lions?
And you had a nice pick with the Brownies there. Kudos for that pick. That was a a great sleeper there.
Mm-hmm.
But in the Bills, they went for the 2 at the end, and I thought they really were coming back.
And a Fannin anytime pick. Did I hear you had that last week?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Harold Fannin, and then after he caught that pass, he never came back in again. That was something else.
Is he going to be back next week?
Yeah, and then,
or this week?
What's that? I don't know if he's playing this week.
week.
I'm assuming he won't. I would be very, very surprised. I would just let him right off into the sunset for the year and get healthy and get ready to play. He may be a alternate for the Pro Bowl. He could be at this rate right now. I mean, he's really done well, but who knows?
Mm-hmm.
But all I know is that I don't think he's going to play.
So this is the playoff picture here. Everything is decided besides the Ravens, Steelers, Buccaneers, Panthers, and what a treat that we get to see them both play each other, right?
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
That's on Saturday. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, there's going to be some very interesting things here. I mean, the Packers are already locked in at number 7. The highest the Rams could go now is up to number 5, and that's going to be interesting. And it's going to be a fight for number 1 between Seattle and San Francisco. And then in the AFC, Broncos win, they're number 1, period. And then if they lose, then it's possibly New England or even Jacksonville could jump up to number 1. Who'd have ever thought at the beginning of the year Jacksonville could possibly have the number 1 seed in the AFC going into the playoffs? And obviously having the number 1 seed is huge. You get that bye week, you get healthy, you get ready to go. So yeah, anything could happen there. And of course, Pittsburgh Ravens, whoever wins is in, whoever loses is starting their break for the year. So should be interesting playoffs.
Yeah.
All right, interesting weekend, I should say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, let's see how this all shakes out this week here in week 18. It has come to the end here, the finale for the regular season, and then the wild card week. And we got no Thursday night game this week, only 2 Saturday and the rest Sunday here. And so we will start off with the Panthers at the Buccaneers at Raymond James Stadium. It's a 4:30 start. Buccaneers are the favorite here by 2.5 points on Saturday. What do you think in this game, Sam?
Well, it's surprising to hear that the Buccaneers are the favorites. I mean, I think the Panthers just overall look like a better team right now. I think Baker has fallen off of his horse a little bit. He's not that fourth quarter machine that he used to be, and that showed last week against the Dolphins, I believe. And I think Bryce Young is just kind of building some confidence. He's not where he needs to be as your franchise quarterback, but I've been, decently impressed with him so far this season. With that being said, the reason I take the Panthers is because I think Rico Dowdle is going to play, even though he's questionable now, I believe. So I think Rico Dowdle is going to be the difference maker here. I think he's capable of doing the most damage against a pretty good Buccaneers defense. But overall, I just think the Buccaneers have not been able to get a rhythm going since they got Godwin and Mike Evans back. So I think the Panthers are hungrier. I think they are feeling less defeated. And I think, if I'm not wrong here, Mark, I think the Panthers, if they lose, they still have a pretty good chance of getting in. Am I right there?
They have a chance to get in if Atlanta wins.
Okay.
So if Atlanta wins, the Panthers have a chance to get in. They playing Atlanta's playing New Orleans, so if they beat New Orleans and the Panthers lose, there's a 3-way tiebreaker between those 3 teams, and then they would get in. However, if Tampa Bay does win and Atlanta loses, Tampa Bay gets in.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. That's the
A lot of
foggy,
variables.
a lot of the foggy variables there, yeah. And
Gotcha.
we'll see what happens. Both Atlanta and New Orleans have both been playing well, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But
Sure.
okay, for me, on this game, are you done? I'm sorry, Sam, are you done?
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
done.
Okay,
I got the Panthers.
yeah, I'm going to go with Tampa Bay on this one. Obviously, Tampa Bay's lost, I don't know, 4 in a row, I believe. They've been on the downward spiral. They lost to the Panthers 2 weeks ago. I think they lost by 3, maybe 6, 6 or 3. I just think Tampa Bay at home. I just think that this is it for them. Matter of fact, one reporter today asked Mike Evans, made it sound this was like his swan song. He was done after this, and he's like, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I think they got enough in them. They got enough weapons on offense. They just got to get them the ball. They got 3, 4 wonderful receivers. They got Irving. It's going to be up to the defense to hold down Carolina. And last week, Young had 54 yards passing. 54 yards. That's awful. Any quarterback that doesn't get over 100 yards passing in a game, it's terrible. So I'm going with Tampa Bay at home. I don't think they're going to beat them twice. That's my play.
Yeah, definitely a toss up here, a close one for sure. The Buccaneers have lost 8 out of their last 10 games here.
Yeah,
they have just
they're downward.
completely collapsed in the second half of the season 100%. And so that's why I think the Panthers deserve to win this game and the Buccaneers deserve to lose because of how they have collapsed in this second half of the season. And I'd like to see the Panthers get in there. It'd be, I think, a little interesting there to see that happen. Obviously, like Sam was saying, Dowdle has had a really great year, and even though he's questionable, will probably play. I'd say he's over 1,000 rushing yards this year, and so that's my pick is the Panthers.
Hey, you guys are going down.
We'll see. Next here is the 8 p.m. game on Saturday. We have the Seattle Seahawks at the 49ers. The Seahawks
Best game of the week, I think.
Seahawks are the favorite by 1.5 points there at Levi's Stadium. What do you think, Sam?
I got to go with the 49ers here. They are electric to watch. Shanahan is dialed in on the play calling, and Brock Purdy does not look like an inexperienced quarterback whatsoever. He's been to a Super Bowl before. He knows how to play in big moments. And I think that Purdy is just going to do whatever he can against a really, really good Seahawks defense. They're going to force him out of the pocket. I think he's going to just make plays happen. Ultimately, what it comes down to in big games like this, in my opinion, is whose quarterback is going to be stepping up enough to make the big plays when it matters. And when you look at Purdy and you look at Darnold this season, it's showing Purdy, even with having it being an injured series for him. So I got to go with the 49ers.
Well, Sam, I agree with you on everything almost you said. The big thing for me is obviously San Francisco's offense is better than Seattle's, but Seattle's defense is better than San Francisco's defense.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but the 49ers are good at defending the run. I will say that. So don't expect much out of Kenneth Walker and Charbonnet, I think. I think they're going to make it a Darnold game. Sorry, continue.
I really think, though, I think you're right. I am picking San Francisco. The playoffs can then run through San Francisco. If they win, they would have the number 1 seed. They would have home field advantage throughout the playoffs. And the Super Bowl is in San Francisco this year. So talk about craziness. If that would happen, I would go with San Francisco. Right now, they're both, over the last 6 games, they're both 6-0. I mean, these are 2 really good teams. Seattle's really struggled, though, on offense lately. I mean, they struggled against Carolina last week. Sam Darnold could pull another Sam Darnold in these playoffs like he did Minnesota last year. So I just got to go with San Francisco on this one. They're cooking.
Sounds like Kittle could be back potentially there. Is that what I'm hearing? Maybe.
If I was them, I wouldn't play him. If he's injured at all, I would not play him. But I mean, Tonjes has lit things up. Tonjes has been a wonderful tight end. They have great receivers, Pearsall and Jennings. They've looked great. I don't know.
Yeah, I was looking at this originally when this game was first out in the beginning of the week here. It was the 49ers were favored, I think, by 1.5 points, and then it is now changed to Seattle is the favorite by 1.5 points here.
Really?
Wow. Yeah. And so
what a flip.
I don't know why it flipped. I don't know what that is saying there, but then also now for the odds to win the Super Bowl, Seattle is the number 1 team odds to win the Super Bowl at plus 475. So I don't know why, but that just has to tell me something there. I think I'm going to give the Seattle team the slight edge here, even though the 49ers are so good. And honestly, if I wouldn't have seen that, I probably would have picked the 49ers, but it's a coin toss anyway, so I might as well pick Seattle here. I'm going to go with that there and pick the Seahawks, so we'll see.
Now, I tell you what, if Seattle's playing this game in Seattle, I would have took Seattle in this one. But since San Francisco's playing at home and then no 12th man, I definitely had to go with San Francisco. So
yeah, well, it will be definitely a good one for sure. And now we have the Sunday slate of games here. We have the Packers at the Vikings at US Bank Stadium. Vikings are the favorite in this one by 6.5 points. What do you think, Sam?
Wait. What did you just say? The Vikings are favored by 6.5?
Yeah. That's not a typo. I triple checked that one. Yeah, trust me.
I did too.
Yeah,
I did too. I mean, even with the Packers being locked in at the 7 seed, and I don't see any signs of it's the Willis show right now. I just think that the Vikings are probably going to put JJ back in there to continue to prove himself, assuming he's healthy. I think it's trending towards so. And the Packers, it doesn't matter for them. So they're going to rest Jordan Love, I think, regardless. And I just think that's why they set the line where they did. But I wouldn't say that super confidently because the Packers have a lot of threats on offense and defense, and the fact that they have so many threats, I think, could mean that they still have those guys playing to prove their worth. Give me the Vikings. That's my pick because I just want to stay away from the Packers sitting too many people.
Yeah. Well, when I first looked at this game, I analyzed it and I was like, oh, that Green, I didn't really realize at first that Green Bay was sort of locked in that 7. Once I saw they were locked into that 7 seed, that took everything off the table. They will if I was them, I would sit Love. No sense in him playing. He's coming off a concussion. The last thing you need is to have him get another one, and then he can't play the following week. So, and with that said, I then could see them sitting some other key players, especially anybody that's got any kind of injury. Like, I don't see Jacobs playing at all. I don't know why you'd play him. So I got to go with Minnesota. They've won 4 in a row. They've looked really good over. Their defense has been lights out. They're playing these games for nothing. Well, besides their paycheck. But I mean, I think Minnesota's looked really good. Obviously, the Packers have lost 3 in a row. They're stumbling in to the playoffs. So I got to go with the Vikings.
Yeah, the Vikings are on a 4-game win streak. Like you just said, they just beat the Lions here. So, I mean, they got a bit of momentum, even though it doesn't really matter a whole lot for them. And yeah, it's the Packers don't have anything to play for in this game. They're already locked in. I mean, if I were them, I'd sit as many people as possible. Who cares about losing this game here? I guess the only thing they would care about is pride here, because it is against the Vikings here and everything. But I'm gonna go with the Vikings here because of the Packers sitting out all of those people, as well as the Vikings getting a little bit of momentum there. So
What's amazing though is the NFC West and the NFC North, very strong divisions. So that to me tells you a lot about those two divisions of how strong they are. It's good football, those two divisions right now to watch.
yeah. Okay, well, next one here is the Battle of Ohio for the second time this year. We have the Browns at the Bengals at Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati. The Bengals are the favorite in this one by 7.5 points. What do you think, Miles?
Who cares who wins this game, baby? Give me Miles for not 1, but 2 sacks. I think the Bengals cannot contain Miles. Historically, the Steelers, he didn't get it last week against the Steelers. Not too big of a surprise. They always play them well. The Bengals have no answer. Joe's going down twice is my prediction. And I don't even care who wins the game, but Joe Burrow probably will be angry after getting sacked and going down in the history books for the wrong reason. And he's been playing angry the past 2 weeks, so the Bengals probably squeak it away if I were to. But give me Miles 2 sacks.
You have to pick somebody.
He picked the Bengals.
I did. I took the Bengals.
You took the Bengals. Okay.
I took the Bengals, but
yeah. Well,
just
unfortunately,
Joe, he'll get up and he'll figure it out.
Yeah, I like the sacks. The Browns, they looked really good out of the chute as always, and then they sort of faltered a little bit last week. They just hung around enough that their defense kept them in the game. 2 interceptions like last week. Then again, the Bengals defense is Swiss cheese. So, but I'm going to go with the Bengals. The Browns have not had consecutive wins since December of 2023 was the last time they had 2 wins in a row. I don't see that happening this weekend either. I got to go with the Bengals.
And as we were talking about this before the show, but Fannin probably won't play, and he's just been their biggest weapon. Do you trust Judy against the cornerback 1 on the Bengals? Not this season.
No, the Browns need a number 1 receiver. They could use another tight end too, because Njoku will be gone after the season. He's a free agent. I don't see them signing him unless they sign him on the cheap, which I don't think that'll happen. So I see him gone.
Yeah, the Bengals have been rolling here the past 2 weeks. I mean, they've just been scoring a ton of points with Joe Burrow and the squad there. So I think that's why the Bengals will win in this game. I don't think the Browns will be able to score enough. I think, maybe Miles and the D will get enough stops there, like contain them a little bit there, but I just don't think the Browns are going to be able to score 30 plus points to keep up with what the Bengals are going to do here. Yeah,
not going to happen.
No way. But hopefully Miles gets his sack record at least. That's all I care about in this game. Get that record. That'd be.
Yeah, the Browns left tackle is like complete Swiss cheese. He just lets the guys just go right in and sack the quarterback. It's disgusting. The Browns offensive line, and I don't see how they will be able to score that many points with no weapons on the field. We have our starting running back out. Our receivers are junk. 2 tight ends could possibly be out. I don't see them being able to keep up with them. You're right, Luke.
Yeah. Thank you. Next here is I like when you say that.
I know. You don't hear it often, so don't get used to it.
All right, I'll soak it in for now. Next here is the Colts at the Texans. Texans are the favorite by 10.5 points at home at NRG Stadium in Houston. What do you think, Sam?
Yeah, I mean, the Texans have really turned it around this year. Their defense is so good. They've always been, and they have just shown it more and more in the past couple of weeks here. I believe Riley Leonard probably is going to get the start for the Colts,
He is.
and they are officially out of playoff contention. So why not give it to your young guy compared to your 44-year-old character of a quarterback who, hats off to him. He did his thing, but it's time to look at the future for the Colts there. So Riley Leonard, I love the guy, but even in college, he was a scrambling quarterback. So he's going to need more reps in the NFL before he could ever get to a point where he could do something against a defense like the Texans. So this is the Texans games. If they lose, they did something wrong there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Texans on this. The defense is just unbelievable. The Texans have won 8 straight. The Colts have lost 6 in a row. They're going opposite directions. 6 weeks ago, the Colts were locked in to be in the playoffs, and they have just gone downhill. Obviously, with what's his name? What's the quarterback's name for the Colts?
Daniels.
So when he went down, it was over. I got to take the Texans to win this one. And that's what I'm going to go with.
Yeah, it's really really sad to see. Obviously, Daniels going down, and then just the last 6-game loss streak for the Colts. Thought maybe they'd have a spark there with Phillip Rivers coming in and potentially making the playoffs there. Really thought that the Indiana Hoosiers and the Indianapolis Colts would both be making runs in the playoffs this year. But yeah, it's the Texans win here. I think they're gonna win here. Riley Leonard getting the start for the Colts. So see what the young man has there. So could be something for him. I think though the spread at 10.5, it's a decent sized spread, and so I think I like the spread, but I'm gonna pick the Texans for the money line there.
Yeah, and any of these games here, any of these coaches decide, heck, we're in. I don't care who we play. I don't care what seed we get. Next thing you know, they start sitting people. Make sure you're aware of that later in the week, just in case that happens, people, because you never know. It could. Some of these coaches just want to rest their players. So that could happen. But as of today, that's what we're looking at on Tuesday here this week.
Next here is the Cowboys at the Giants at MetLife Stadium. The Cowboys are the favorite by 3.5 points. What do you think, Sam?
I mean, both teams are out of playoff contention. When you look at a game like this, at least from my shoes, I tend to think about which quarterback has more to prove. And Jackson Dart, he's proved a lot in this rookie season, but I think he's going to want to go out on a bang, and I think he's going to want to take down the Dallas Cowboys. For that reason, I think just by his competitive nature, he's going to carry the Giants to a win.
Nice. All right, I'm going with the Cowgirls. I just think that their offense is just much more potent. And then with the Giants winning last week and blowing their number 1 pick chances, Dallas just keeping on. And they cut their boy Diggs today, the cornerback. He just signed a new contract last year. Now they're done with him. They've had enough of the Diggs experiment. And I still think that Dallas will end up winning this game. And that's what I'm going with.
Yeah, this is a bit of a coin toss for me. I could definitely see the Giants winning this game. However, I'm going to pick the Cowboys here. The Cowboys beat the Giants earlier this year in week 2. It was a really high scoring game at 40-37. So I do think this will be a close game here. And
I think it'll be
like
definitely high scoring.
Yeah, definitely like the over. I don't even know what the over under is or whatever is there, but I do like the over in this. But give me the Cowboys with a slight edge to pull this off here. I think they got a little bit potentially more to prove. The Giants are pretty much locked into that number 2 spot for the draft and everything. Next game is the Saints at the Falcons at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. Atlanta is the favorite by 3.5 points. What do you think, Sam?
I got to go with the Falcons. I mean, they just played the Rams unbelievably well. They lost a little bit of steam towards the end of that game on Monday night, but I just think the Falcons are in prime form right now. I think Bijan is not showing any signs signs of slowing down, and I think the Falcons are just going to run over the Saints. The Saints are absolutely playing well too, so don't want to discredit them, but I just don't think they can defensively handle the Falcons right now.
I agree. Atlanta is on a roll. Atlanta's won 3 in a row. New Orleans, however, has won 4 in a row. This game's at Atlanta. Bijan has had 200 plus yards from scrimmage. He had that long touchdown run last night. He looked amazing. I'm going to have to go with Atlanta. And by the way, if Kirk Cousins could throw 3 touchdowns in this game, he will tie John Elway for the most touchdowns in NFL history.
Wait, what?
What?
Yeah.
No way.
Yes, if Kirk Cousins throws
for
3
him.
touchdowns, he will tie John Elway for the most touchdowns in NFL history. So put that one in your little back pocket just in
Who would've
case. You
thought
never
that?
know. Somebody might want a little.
Jeez.
Yeah. Yep. Well, he's what, 38? I think he's 37, 38 years old. So
Yeah.
he's been around a while.
So if he plays another year, you think he definitely he's going to beat it, right?
He's going
Yeah.
to play another year. He's going to be a free agent after this year because I think he makes like $45 million or some outright $35 million next year. So he will get cut because it's not guaranteed money. So I do see him playing somewhere else next year for sure.
Flacco's competition.
Just saw a documentary on Netflix. Highly recommend Elway documentary. Didn't know about the legend of Elway as much as I do now.
I never want to watch that.
Of course, the Browns
terrible.
Was like terrible. I wanted to throw up when he was doing the drive.
Yeah, there's a couple. It's just awful. Can't do it.
Yeah. Good guy.
He looks like a goat. He looks like a horse. He is one of the Broncos. He looks like a horse. No way.
All right.
So let's start some controversy. Come on.
All right. Next game here is the Titans at the Jaguars at Everbank Stadium in Jacksonville. The Jaguars are the favorite by 12.5 points in this one. What do you think about that spread, Sam?
Jags are on a roll. And Trevor Lawrence is the hot topic, but their defense is ridiculous. I think Cam Ward's been stringing together some good-looking plays the second half of this season, but the Jags are just on a roll. And they're trying to keep this momentum going in. They're trying to be a real-time Super Bowl competitor. They're not going to slow down at all. They're going to, if they can, they're going to beat the brakes off the Titans.
Well, I agree with you. However, there are some scenarios that Houston could still get the crown, the South crown there for the AFC if Jags would lose and Houston wins. So there still is that play, but there also is a play that Jacksonville could still get the number 1 seed. If the Broncos lose and the Pats lose, Jacksonville can get the number 1 seed if they win. So, Jacksonville is playing for something. For all those reasons that I just said, Jacksonville's going to blow them up by 14 or more. There's no doubt. Jacksonville's the much better team. Tennessee, they've been playing okay lately, but they're not going to be okay on Sunday. I'm going to tell you that right now. Go with the Jags.
Yeah, I like it.
I just realized I didn't pick the last game because we got sidetracked by Elway. So I'm picking the Falcons, by the way, in the last game. You're picking the Falcons too, right, Dad?
Yeah, I picked the Falcons. Yep.
Okay, all right, cool. Yeah, we just got sidetracked by Elway there. We'll stop. Then I'm gonna pick the Jaguars as well. Yeah, I think they are gonna blow them out. 12.5 is a good spread, I think, for that. Jaguars are obviously on a roll this year, big time. Excited to see what they do in the playoffs. I think it'll be interesting to see if they're gonna be a possible first round exit or if they're really gonna last and go deeper in the playoffs. And show what good team they've been in the regular season if that translates to the postseason here. So I'm interested to see.
I hope so, Luke. I wouldn't trust him, but I hope so. Trevor Lawrence is the most inconsistent guy on the Jags so far, and I know all the Jags fans are probably thinking the same thing. They're just hanging on by a little bit of hope.
I'll tell you what, though, when he's running the ball, he's a different quarterback. And he had 2 touchdowns ran in last week. He plays different when he plays more loose. He plays more confident when he's able to run the ball. So look at him to keep running the ball in order for them to keep winning.
All right. Next here Starts the 4:30 slate on Sunday. We have the Chargers at the Broncos at Mile High. The Broncos are the favorite by 12.5 in this one in Denver. What do you think, Sam?
I think the Chargers don't have a reason to do much here. The Broncos got to stay ahead of the Pats. As much as I've been a little bit hesitant on if the Broncos are legit, they've got no reason not to win this game. So give me the Broncos.
Yeah, I agree with you. Denver, they're a little dicey to me. And if they're the number one seed, I think they really need that week off to really try to get their offense clicking right. The defense always seems to do a pretty good job. Even that's had some times this year where they've given up quite a few points. The only reason that 12.5 is the way it is because I'm almost positive Herbert is going to not play in this game. So that's why the spread is 12.5. It wouldn't be that large. It'd probably be 6.5 if Herbert was going to play. I do like Denver in the game, but like Sam said, I am very questionable about them as a number one seed. But if they lock up that number one seed, they play in at home the whole playoffs as long as they keep winning. So that could be obviously a huge, they have a huge advantage playing at home in Denver. But I'm going to go with the Broncos this week.
I'm going to go with the Broncos as well. They actually did lose to the Chargers earlier this season in week 3, 23-20 games, so close there. Both these teams are 4-1 in the last 5 games here, but none of that really matters. Yeah, if Herbert doesn't play and the Chargers are not gonna really go out there and make an effort at it, they're both two close teams as it is, and so if the Chargers are gonna be sitting some people and not wanting to put the effort in there, then yeah, 100% is the Broncos.
Yeah, and I forgot to add, but didn't the Broncos beat the Chiefs by a touchdown last week with the Chiefs having QB3 starting? I mean, you would have thought that would be a bloodbath.
Yeah.
That just shows even more to the inconsistency of the Broncos, but they pull away by very small single digits a lot this season.
And well, the thing is too that, Chargers Vidal is on the IR now. So they have only Hampton. I think that's why I think they're sort of setting out some of their players. Their line is banged up. The Chargers line's banged up. They don't want to get anybody else hurt before they go into these playoffs. So they want to get Herbert another week to heal his hand. That's why I could see that's why they're sitting these guys out and giving them a break for this week.
Yeah. I like it.
Next here is the Chiefs at the Raiders at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. The Chiefs are the favorite here by 5.5 points. What do you think, Sam?
Yeah, I mean, I was just mentioning the Chiefs showing something with their QB3 last week and playing in a close game against the number one as of right now, Broncos in the AFC. I think the Raiders also, didn't they? I saw something about Max Crosby maybe just getting placed out.
He's in the IR.
So,
He's on the IR.
yeah,
He's done for the year.
he's IR.
He's potential
I
trade
don't see the
bait.
Raiders. Yeah, that and maybe Geno Smith took a knock. I don't know if he's going to play.
I don't think he's playing
this
either.
game just seems like this game seems like the Chiefs have more weapons and more young people to put a show out there and prove
And it could be
themselves.
Travis Kelce's last game.
Yeah, that too.
So, yeah. So you got Kansas City, Sam?
Yeah, I got Kansas City.
Yeah. Okay. Why would Vegas want to win? I mean, if they win this game, they will lose the number one pick possibly. I don't know why you would want to do that. They need a quarterback, obviously, next year. It's either Mendoza or it's Dante Moore. They're going to pick one of them. So I don't see why they would even attempt. I heard their coach today saying they're going to have a quarterback competition this week in practice between O'Connell and Pickett to see who's going to start this week. What a fiasco those Raiders are. I mean, tell you what, that you're going to have a quarterback competition in week 18 to see who's going to play.
Sounds like whoever's worse will play.
Probably. He'll probably do that. And the thing is, too, come Monday, he should be fired. He's done. He's lost the team. He's terrible. He's too old. He just needs to retire. Carroll needs to retire. So I'm going with Kansas City, not because they're that much better. They've lost 5 in a row themselves, while the Raiders have lost 10 in a row. This is the crap bowl of the week. I'm going with KC.
Yeah, both of you said it all right there. Nothing really to add. Obviously, the Raiders want to lose this game. They should lose this game to pick probably Mendoza with the number 1 pick potentially there, and then the Chiefs nothing to play for too there. But I think
It all
they'll
depends
get
who
the edge.
Brady
Get
wants.
the edge on the Raiders.
Brady's going to pick the quarterback.
I think it should be Mendoza.
We'll see. I think Moore has more upside. So
yeah, we'll see. Next here is the Commanders at the Eagles at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. The Eagles are the favorite by 7 points in that one. What do you think, Sam?
So this is my big upset of the week. I've got the Commanders taking this one. I think the Eagles are playing for second in the NFC.
They're playing for 2 or 3.
But 2 or 3. I think they're going to try for 2, but I think the Commanders are going to come out of this one with a little bit more energy. I think the Eagles coaching staff is going to hold some back for the playoffs here. So, the Commanders are not a good team, but I think they may pull one out randomly at the end to go out with a bang. So give me the Commanders here. Why not?
All right, Sam, I like what you're thinking. I do like that. I just think even Philly's second team could probably beat the Commanders, even though I like I said, I see maybe the starters playing a half for Philly, but like you said, they don't have much to play for here. I think they're pretty. It's
What's
a 2 or
second versus third?
Yeah, I just think that the Eagles are going to win it just because they're the better overall team collectively. First, second, third team, whatever. So I'm going to go with Philly.
Yeah, I'm going to pick Philly as well. They're on a 3-game win streak. Yeah, Commanders just have really looked bad this year all together. 10 losses in the last 11 games for them. So maybe they could pick it up next year, but yeah, throw in the towel here, and I like the Eagles for that one. Next game here is the Jets at the Bills at Highmark Stadium in Buffalo. What do you think about the Bills and Jets here, Sam?
I gotta go with the Bills. I mean, they're just a dominant team. The Jets just got absolutely rolled against it was a subpar Saints team, wasn't it, last week?
Yes.
Yeah, I think the Jets are just despicable, and they're tanking. The Bills, probably similar situation.
Despicable.
I think the Bills could
Actually, last week New England played the Jets and rolled last week. Sorry, that was week before. The week before was Jets in New Orleans.
But the Jets are not going to be able to do anything against the Bills' first or second team, in my opinion. So give me the Bills.
I'm also going Bills all day. There's really not much to talk about this. The Jets are the Jets. They're going to be getting the second quarterback off the board. Even if they're in the third position, they'll maybe move up a spot, take the Giants spot right now, because the Giants are number 2 on the draft. And I can see they're either taking Mendoza or Moore too. So either way, Mr. Cook he's cooked this is going to be his last meal he's cooking. He'll never see the football field again in the NFL. So I'm going Buffalo at home. This is the last game, I believe, in their old stadium too. The Bills.
Yeah. Yep, last game in their old stadium. They'll get the dub with that there. You're saying Cook is retiring?
No, I'm talking about Cook from the Jets. The quarterback, he's terrible. He's never cooking again.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. The other Cook, he's going to keep cooking.
Yeah, I thought you might Cook on the Bills. I was like,
he's got a couple more games left, I hope.
Yeah. No, that Cook is going to keep cooking, while the other one is going to be on the unemployment line.
Okay, now we're on the same page there. Yeah. All right. Well, Bills will roll in that one, and then the other Cook will be gone. Next here is the Dolphins at the Patriots at Gillette Stadium. The Patriots are 10.5-point favorites in New England. What do you think, Sam?
The Patriots got more to play for here. Drake May has been playing very, very well. He looks confident. I think the Dolphins, they pulled up with an upset last week against the Buccaneers, so I think they'll continue to play hard. But the Patriots they're better coached. They've got a better understanding of their weapons and what they need to do to get the win. Even if they hold back a little bit, I think Vrabel's still gonna get them to cover by at least a touchdown. So give me the Patriots.
Well, Drake May has overtaken my boy Stafford as the MVP right now. And if somehow he could really manage them to get that number 1 seed over Denver, and somehow Denver would lose, which I don't think will happen, but if somehow he's playing lights out football, I mean, just he's amazing right now. Drake May he's got pinpoint accuracy. Their defense plays great. Their special teams are very good. The only problem now is stupid Stephon Diggs decided to choke some chick out. So now he had to go to court today. And if as it proceeds right now, he will have to go back to court right before I believe it is the AFC Championship game. I believe it is, or maybe it's the quarterfinals. I'm not sure. All I know is that idiot supposedly choked out, tried to suffocate his chef, this girl. He denies it, of course. So, who knows what's going to happen, but you don't need this kind of stuff going into the playoffs. It's too much. Obviously, this NFL and this team is aware of it, but it's just terrible timing. That's the thing that bothers me the most about the whole thing. I still think New England rolls this week, and we'll go about that.
And even without Stephon, I forgot to add this, but Drake May threw 5 touchdowns last week against the Jets. So I don't think he's going to be terribly flustered against the Dolphins defense. So he's absolutely going to figure it out regardless.
Yep. Drake May has been dominant. I think he'll dominate in this game against the Dolphins right here. And so I'm obviously picking the Patriots there at home. And yeah, I think Drake May potential MVP right there. And yeah, New England, I think they'll go far in the playoffs there. So we'll see how that turns out. Next here is the Cardinals at the Rams at SoFi Stadium. The Rams are the favorite here by 7.5 points. What do you think, Sam?
I think the Rams will probably come out hot after that upset Monday night. I think the Rams are going to win this game. The Cardinals don't have anything going on offense right now. They can't find a connection between Jacoby and Marvin Harrison. And I think ultimately the Rams are still in contention. I'm not sure exactly if they could drop from the 5 or not, but
no, right now they're at the 6. They're at the 6 right now.
So they're at the 6.
They could move up to 5, but they have to have Seattle win, and they have to win in order to move up to 5. If not, they're going to be locked in at 6, whether they win or not. If San Francisco wins. So, well, I have the Rams also. The Rams, Arizona, they started off 2-0, and they've won 1 game since. So the Cardinals are just a terrible. They don't care anymore. Right now they're picking 5th right now in the draft this coming year. For them, if they lose again, it'd probably be a benefit. Maybe they can move up a spot in the draft. But yeah, the Rams, they need to do some fine tuning. However, Blake Corum got hurt last game. I know they're a little worried about that. You saw Rivers come in. Adams, I don't think he's playing. I don't think this is a meaningful enough game to put him in there, even though he was warming up and practicing before the game last night. For me, I don't think it's that big of a difference between the Rams being 5 or 6. But I would go with the Rams in this game. I just think they're the better football team. I don't care if they put out their 3rd string.
Yeah, Rams 100% the better football team here. The Cardinals just got blown out last week by the Bengals. Like, really embarrassing. They don't care at all.
They do. They should. I watched that game. They were like what do they call those bull guys with the flat the things? They were just like, ole, oh, who cares? They didn't care. They didn't care at all.
Yeah, no, they don't care at all, and so yeah, picking the Rams there, 7.5. I like that spread too. Give me the spread and the Rams. Next here we have the Lions at the Bears at Soldier Field. The Bears are the favorite by 3 points in Chicago. What do you think, Sam?
For the Bears, this game matters for them. They're playing for the number 2 seed, I believe. So, the Bears also have been, in my opinion, one of the most offensively threatening teams in the NFL. They have so many weapons for Caleb Williams to throw the ball to, whether that be Luther Burden Loveland.
Who got hurt?
I know Rome's been, yeah, he did get hurt. So hopefully, I'm sure they probably wouldn't play him just for 2 or 3 here, but he's been phenomenal. And Rome's also been struggling with some injuries. But regardless, they're still showing that Caleb Williams is making these wide receivers and these tight ends better. Even their wide receiver 4 who stepped up when Rome was out. So give me the Bears and the Lions. They're out of it. I don't know what they have to play for. I know Dan Campbell's a football guy, so maybe he, puts a wholehearted effort into it. But I mean, even if they try their hardest, could they even do it? They just haven't. They've struggled in the second half of the season. So for me, it's got to be the Bears.
I agree with you, Sam. The Lions have lied down lately. They have not been good, but they're not going to quit. Their coach won't let them quit. That's why it's only a 3-point spread. Caleb Williams has been very good lately. He's really lighting it up, using his feet, pinpoint passes. He's looked really good. He's looked like the number one pick like he was a couple years ago here. And I just think the Bears at home, they'll pull this off. They are either the 2 or the 3 seed. If they win, they're in at the 2. They're going to play Green Bay first round of the playoffs. So I see the Bears and the Packers going round 3 and them winning on Sunday against the Lions.
Yeah, I got the Bears winning in this one. Lions are on a 3-game lose streak. But yeah, the Lions will definitely put up a fight here. They could potentially win this game just to go out on a high note on the season. Obviously, another disappointing season for the Lions with such a talented roster there. There's no reason they shouldn't be in the playoffs here, but definitely some misfortunate stuff this season for them. And the Bears are the complete opposite. Amazing story with the Bears. Loving it. And so going with the Bears in this one, and we'll see them in the playoffs. And then finally here we have the Sunday night game is the Ravens at the Steelers at Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh. The Ravens are the favorite by 3.5 points there. What do you think, Sam?
As much as an AFC North merchant, I mean, the Steelers are just a much better coached team in big games. They win ugly. I hate to say that because I hate the Steelers, but oh my goodness, Mike Tomlin, I think he was holding some stuff back against the Browns last week. Thought he could get it done by doing the minimal amount of stuff, and it showed. If I'm wrong, I think it's probably because Rodgers does not have anybody to throw to right now with DK Metcalf throwing punches to a Lions fan. So he's out again, I believe.
Yes,
And
he is.
I think that they're just going to resort to their tight end play and they're going to run the ball, and it's going to be a gritty game. But their defensive plan against the Ravens means that the Ravens, even Derrick Henry coming off of a big game, I think he had 200 plus yards or something like that. Ridiculous.
Yep.
2 touchdowns. I don't care.
He
Mike
had 4.
Tomlin knows how to shut that guy down. He had 4 touchdowns. I was thinking of
Yeah.
Bijan.
Yeah.
He had 4 touchdowns. But
Yeah.
Mike Tomlin, I think, can figure him out. He's done it too many times the past couple of seasons. I got to take the Steelers, and I think that Rodgers is going to give the ball to their tight ends, and they're going to run the ball and get enough done. And Boswell might kick a 60-yard field goal to win it all. They'll find a way.
I am going with the Ravens. I think the Browns gave the Ravens a second life this season. They could beat them with Huntley even. Jackson might be back. Depending on his back. But I think the Steelers can beat him with Huntley if he's able to run close to what he was last week. Henry, I think they win. I mean, I'm sick of all these Steelers fans complaining about the possible PI against the Browns and blah blah. Listen, they looked terrible. They should have killed the Browns. No excuses. If you watch the last play, you see Gainwell cutting out the back of the backfield. He was wide open. Instead, he throws a terrible pass in the corner of the end zone against Ward, who he threw at him 3 straight times, and none of the guys caught him. Rodgers is part of the problem. He's not the answer for them. I'm taking the Ravens. Let's go, Birds.
Yeah, AFC North rivalry right here. It'll definitely be a close game, I believe, in this one. But Lamar out for the Ravens and the Steelers being at home in this
He's
one.
not out for sure. He's not out for sure.
He's not? Oh, I thought he was
No.
ruled out for sure.
No.
For his back.
No.
I saw he was ruled out.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't see that. Okay.
Yeah, I saw he was ruled out. Maybe it was from last week potentially.
I don't know.
But
could be.
So
it's early in the week.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think the Steelers are gonna get the job done and get the W at home here and bounce back from that bad loss against the Browns there. I think they get the dub there against the Ravens. Who won the first game between the two? Do you remember?
I don't recall. I should look that up, and I did. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's good. They usually, in AFC North split the games is for the most part there. So
yeah,
I think this one's a coin toss. It is.
It is a coin toss.
But question: do you think Harbaugh is on the chopping block if they lose?
They say he's on the chopping block regardless, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. They had a lot of injuries this year. I think part of Harbaugh's problem is Jackson was not Jackson this year. He was hurt a lot, and when he was in, he was afraid to run the ball. His game is dynamic. He just has to learn to make sure that he slides instead of getting the hits. And he is a dynamic quarterback. He's much better at throwing than he was when he came in the league, but he has to have that run element to his game, and he did not have that this year, especially at the end of the year. He did not have it at all, and that made him a different quarterback, which makes them a different team.
It was 4 weeks ago the last time the Steelers and the Ravens played in Baltimore, and the Steelers beat the Ravens 27-22.
Yeah, that's why it won't happen again.
yeah, like I said, split the series. So yeah, okay, but we will see. It's the Sunday night one there, so
yep.
Be a good one. Well, next here we have some anytime touchdown picks, right? So you got some anytime touchdown, Sam?
I do. I started the pod with 2, but as we were talking, I came up with a third. All right.
Okay.
All of them, for the record, all of my anytime picks are risky, high value picks, but it's based off of my theories of the game. So the first one I have, Jonnu Smith. I think they're going to use him a lot more given, no DK Metcalf. So I think Jonnu Smith gets a nice, call it like a 9-yard touchdown in the red zone. Second, I've got Brock Purdy scrambling into the end zone, doing a little teach me how to Dougie. He's going to get in there because the Seahawks are going to force him out of the pocket, and he's going to show his ability to be the most similar quarterback to Patrick Mahomes in the league. He's going to make things happen. And then the one that I came up with, as we were talking about the Packers game and how the Packers are sitting a lot of their guys, I think Matthew Golden, he's their rookie wide receiver.
Wow.
I think coaches are going to want to see what he can do. So I think they're going to be sitting a lot of guys, and they're going to try to see what he's capable of. And I wouldn't be surprised if he sneaks one into the end zone.
This is like a plus 5,000 we got going here. Holy smokes, you parlay those
I told you.
That's
That's right. That's right.
That's a big one. I
didn't want to.
Listen,
I know.
Can you go over those one more time, sir? Because I got to write this down. I got
Jonnu, Purdy, Golden.
Purdy, and a
I
Golden.
wouldn't parlay it, but give me one.
Well, let me tell you
one, maybe 2.
Luke
told me before this, don't pick McCaffrey. That's who I would pick.
I tell you what, this is almost like a Powerball situation, 1 in a billion. But let's give it a shot. We'll give it a shot.
No, there's a chance. There's a chance there. Yeah,
they haven't played the games yet, so there's a chance. Yeah, but I'm gonna go with it. We'll see. I'm gonna add that up and see how much that comes up to. I'll let you guys know later.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
All right. Yes. Well, I'm going with 2 easy ones. I've not been very good with the anytime touchdowns because I've gotten too aggressive with them lately. I've been sort of stinky. I'm gonna go with Stevenson from the New England, and I'm gonna go with Robinson because it's Robinson. Why not?
This is the Robinson replay, I guess. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that's some boring ones there, but
well, thank you.
I think
Appreciate
I got maybe
that,
something
mister.
right in between.
Let's go, Fannin. Who are you going to pick this week? Fannin again? He's not even playing.
I got something in between here.
Okay.
Not Fannin this week because he's not playing. I am picking another tight end, Jake Ferguson on the Cowboys. I think he'll get in the end zone in a high scoring game.
Okay, I gotta write this one down too. I may
then
parlay all these. Ferguson, okay. And who else?
And then next year I have Jalen Warren, a running back for the Steelers. There, I think he'll get in the end zone.
Yeah.
Like we were just saying, like Sam was saying, some people had to step up there if they want to compete against the Ravens, and so they got to look for some other people there. So yeah.
All right. Smith, Purdy, Golden, Ferguson, and Warren for $1 million. I like it.
Awesome. All right. Well, that has been this week of College Picks NFL here. Thank you so much for being on the pod, Sam.
Yes,
Appreciate
anytime.
It was an honor. The Robinson replay.
That's right.
Spotify,
That's
Apple
right.
Music, YouTube. Get on the replay.
Yep, the clips are going
we're
viral
everywhere.
left and right.
Pretty
Let's
soon
go.
We'll be rocking the Robinson replay garb. Just wait, folks. You can have yours soon too.
All right. Well, that does it for this week. We'll be back next week, of course, with some more playoffs for the college football.
Playoffs begin next week. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yep. And
Awesome.
by the way,
All right.
let's. I'm about to throw in my Black Friday edition too here real quick. I'm going with Stefanski being fired and Carroll being fired. Those are the two for sure. You can parlay those two if you'd like to. Those two coaches will be fired on Monday, maybe even Sunday night. But
all right, I guess we'll see.
Thank you, guys.
All right, see ya.
All right, peace.